Hi everybody. I'm probably gonna title this something different, just because I know the title of this article may be offensive to some people and it may be triggering, just because of the name of the article. When you see where it says Latino Lives Matter, I think that before I even go on with reading, I don't think that they're in any way, shape, or form were these people trying to be offensive with what they wrote in this art. By naming it this title, I think that they did that intentionally, because as you can see here, it says 638 Latinos have been killed by police in the past 5 years. Can you name one? And when I read that, I said, holy shit, because I was not expecting that big of a number within such a small time frame. So anyway, I'm gonna continue reading. So, do Latino lives matter in the United States? For as long as I can remember, Latino lives have not mattered much in this country. In the past few decades, thousands of young Latino men have been shot and killed by police officers throughout the United States. It's an epidemic that no one seemed to notice until the recent Black Lives Matter social justice movement. To reinforce my point, can you name one Latino fatally shot by the police? No. Other than the ones that I just did videos on? No, I can't. Most likely not, since the victims are usually ignored and forgotten. If someone stands up for the victim, then they become the target of surveillance and harassment by the police. Both the deceased victim and the advocate/activist may even be conveniently profiled as criminal, and well-behaved community leaders may shun or turn their backs on those who defend the victims. The PBS NewsHour reported, among minorities, the rate of police killings for Latinos is second only to those of African Americans. In 2016, 96 Latinos were killed by police, making up 16% of the 587 police-involved killings that year. According to the Statista website, in 2017, 179 Latinos were killed by police. In 2018, 148. In 2019, 158. And so far in 2020, 57 Latinos have been killed by the police. That is a total of 638 Latinos killed by police in the past 5 years. Do you know the name of one of the victims? They remain anonymous. Many times, a victim is accused of carrying a weapon or being a gang member to justify the murder. Ricardo Diaz Zeferino was fatally shot in Gardena, California. Police officers in 2013, and no major protests or prosecutions resulted. In 2015, Antonio Zambrano Montes was shot and killed in Pasco, Washington by 2 state police officers. Neither officer was prosecuted, and both returned to work. Wow. After September 11, 2001 attacks, many police departments were given unfettered access to federal funds and access to buy military-style weaponry and surveillance equipment. Some police departments evolved from being law enforcement institutions to military-style operations. Within the Latino community, families of the victims hold vigils to denounce these tragic killings, but rarely was justice served, and no media attention was given until the Black Lives Matter movement forced career politicians to begin to listen and admit that an epidemic of violence against Black and Latino community members does exist. The truth of the matter is that we need a change in police culture, and we need police officers to see community members as human beings, not targets. City councils and police oversight commissions must devise clearer and more stringent policies for the use of lethal force, especially in relation to the excessive use of tasers, pepper spray, tear gas, and the shooting of deadly rubber bullets against peaceful protesters. On average, the 10 largest cities in America spend about 14% of their budgets on funding police departments. The reallocation of taxpayer money towards social services, housing, homeless prevention, gang and violence prevention, food programs, and educational programs must be prioritized. City governments must reallocate taxpayer money towards social justice-focused programs. It is time that we unify as a community to demand that Latino lives also matter. We can no longer remain silent spectators. The young generation of Latino leaders must take the baton to become the change they want to see in the world and demand that Latino lives matter. Okay. So I thought that that this would be good to share, considering everything else that I've been talking about within the past couple of days. Yeah, that's when I saw that number, I was, I was shocked. I guess maybe, I'm shocked, but was I guess considering the stuff that I've been talking about the past few days, I'm becoming less and less shocked from the things that I'm hearing, the more stuff that I look into. So the more that I read, the more that I'm like educating myself on us versus police brutality, the more that I'm starting to become like, well, damn, now I don't know if I want to say that I'm becoming, it's not necessarily desensitized, but at the same time, it's like, God, like, it's everything that's going on right now is, it's just a snowball effect of everything that, of course, has been happening to, most specifically to Black American men, and then basically being, the targets of police brutality. And now everything is starting to just come to, it's unfortunately taken their lives and their protests and what they're going through to kind of shine a light on what's happening to Latino people more. And unfortunately, it's taken this for Latin people to be like, okay, well, we have to see that we have a lot of these same problems too. And it's a whole lot worse than what the media portrays it to be. And I think that was the main goal of this article, was just to portray that. So 638 in the past 5 years. That is a lot of people. That is a lot of people. And the fact that, like the article says, that we didn't hear of one, not even one, up until the recent things that I've done, like we have this, none of this goes throughout, national media outlets. This doesn't become, a big thing where you see people protesting and you don't even hear about it. So I'm gonna go for now. As always, if you guys have anything you want me to talk about, feel free to do so. As you can see with these videos, in comparison to the videos that I've done, the videos that I was doing last week, the week before, these aren't getting that much traction. Okay, and I figured that's how this was gonna be, so I'm just gonna do my best to keep fighting the good fight. And yeah, I'm gonna go for now, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.